Hey y'all, it's me. It's your girl. And you already know. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal, and happy holiday to you. I want to get into my content this evening about Miss Hannah Payne. Y'all remember Miss Hannah Payne, the 25-year-old woman convicted in the death of Kenny Heron, a 62-year-old man in Clayton County, Georgia. Y'all remember her? Y'all remember we covered that trial? But okay, we're going to get into it today now. Now, her life sentence, she's young. She never been in trouble. She was so anxious, allegedly, to use that gun on her hip, which she was told to do one thing by the dispatcher, but she turned around and lied and said what the dispatcher said. And I know here in Georgia, a dispatcher is not going to tell you to go chase no car because they don't know if that fool got a gun, knife, or whatever that can hurt you. But she lied on the dispatcher and said they told her to go after the car. During her so going after the car, the young lady shot and killed Mr. Kenny here, 62 years old. Just started his life. Life just began when you get in your 62. When you're 62. He was minding his own business. Yeah. Okay. We're going to get into that, okay? Now, each one of his family members had something to say. But I'm not going to go over it with them. I'm going to let y'all hear it for yourself. Now, you're going to hear from Vicky Hearing, the youngest sister. You're going to hear from Jaqueline Hearing, another sister of Kenneth, y'all. You're going to hear from Rena Novoini, a friend of Payne. You're going to also hear from Tasha Mosley. During this trial, y'all, the prosecutor accused Payne of assuming a law enforcement role in 2019. She wanted to be a law enforcement officer, just like I said. She had her gun on her hip. When you dealt, I dealt, you dealt. Okay? Payne claimed self defense, asserting that Kenneth attacked her. She took the stand during the trial, y'all, and she lied. If we did not have that video from someone else, we would not have known the truth. Yes, she took the stand during that trial, detaining the event that led to the fatal encounter, including her belief that a state officer instructed her to file a hearing. So that's the first lie. The second lie, she had her gun, and in order for me to pull that gun out your hand, you had to have your gun inside my car. Do you know she said she did not have the gun? She didn't have the gun on the inside. She had it on the outside. But all day we see it on the inside. She even made it seem like Mr. Heron was trying to, a 62-year-old man was trying to pull her shirt off her. That man was trying to stop that woman from killing her. And the first thing he asked her when she walked up to his window was, "Who in the hell are you?" That's right. That's what he said. Kenny said. So we're gonna get into our video. I can assure y'all it's gonna really touch your heart. So I'm gonna turn the music off. And we're gonna go to her sentences, y'all, and see what they give her, okay?
Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. You are taking a live look inside of a Clayton County courtroom right now where the sentencing of convicted killer Hannah Payne is set to begin at any moment now. Was scheduled for 10 a.m., but court, just getting underway there. But just to kind of give you the background on this case, let me bring up some video that we have shot from the trial itself. So here is a look at what happened inside the courtroom. And here's a look at the victim, 62-year-old Kenneth Herring. So inside of that Clayton County courtroom is where the verdict came down in this murder trial, accusing Hannah Payne of tracking down and shooting this victim after he left the scene of a car accident in 2019. So again, a jury convicted her, found her guilty on all 8 counts that she was facing. That includes malice murder as count 1, felony murder, count 2, aggravated assault, another count of felony murder, count 4, false imprisonment, also count 6 was possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and 2 other counts of that, 3 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Again, Hannah Payne, 25 years old, found guilty on all 8 counts against her, including felony murder and malice murder for killing this gentleman, 62-year-old Kenneth Herring. The jury took just over 2 hours before handing down that guilty verdict, which is a remarkably fast verdict. And the sentencing now taking place at any moment now. And the incident happened in 2019. Again, the victim here, Kenneth Herring, was accused of leaving the scene of a car accident. And, you know, during closing arguments, Payne's attorney said that his client is, quote, not a killer, and argued that the state didn't prove whose finger was on the trigger when the gun went off. He argued, quote, this is not some murderer. This is a young girl who got caught up in the wrong situation with a good heart and good intention, what Payne's attorney has said. But the prosecution said during closing arguments, it was clear Payne was the only aggressor in this case, and she acted with malice, and she chased Herring down and pulled out her gun. The prosecution said, quote, do you know how much entitlement you have to chase somebody down, detain them, jump out of your car, and run toward a stranger? The audacity to come here and take the stand and blame everybody else. Well, on Monday this week, Payne did take the witness stand. She testified that she was trying to be a, quote, messenger for police when she approached Herring's truck while on the phone with a 911 operator, despite being told not to. And jurors also heard the two 911 calls that Payne made during the incident. And prosecutors said Payne followed Herring after she witnessed him run a red light, hit an 18-wheeler, and drive away. Prosecutors argued that Payne ignored dispatchers who told her not to engage with Herring. As Payne approached Herring, prosecutors argued there was a struggle and she shot him. Payne's lawyer argued she acted in self-defense, though. On the witness stand, Payne testified that Herring pulled the trigger during the struggle. How this trial started on December 6th. The verdict came down earlier this week. Again, the jury deliberating for just over 2 hours, and very quick to come to their decision that Hannah Payne is guilty on all 8 counts against her, including felony murder and malice murder. And now it is time for sentencing to take place. At any moment now, let me show you live inside this Clayton County courtroom once again, where the sentencing will take place. But by statute, the sentencing guidelines would require a minimum of life in prison. The only question is, will she get the possibility of parole or not? Will the jury then issue a sentence of life without parole? That is a possibility. But if there is a possibility of parole, and that could be on the table, it would be 30 years, according to legal experts. And so this is something that we are going to be watching for. Typically in a sentencing proceeding, victims' impact statements would be made. So we would very likely hear from the family of Kenneth Herring about the impact of his loss on their lives, on their community. And, it can be a very emotional time, the sentencing hearing. In some respects, perhaps more so than in the trial itself, because, there are fewer limits, I should say, on what the jury can hear, such as these victims' impact statements, which are typically not admissible during the course of the trial, the case in chief. But in the sentencing phase, we would expect to hear from the family of Kenneth Herring, and a lot of emotion clearly from them. And also on the other side as well, asking for leniency. It is, it's common that we would hear from the defendant's family as well to hear about the impact on their lives as well of losing this 25-year-old and locking her away for the rest of her life, and losing her as effectively a family member for many years. Her ability to participate in being a family member, a daughter, and so forth. And you can see in the gallery there, you kind of could see some of her family sitting in the gallery. And so all of these things would be considered during the sentencing phase. But again, this is the victim here, 62-year-old Kenneth Herring, who Hannah Payne is convicted of killing. Really a very racially charged case as well. Some people have compared it to um, the vigilante justice taken out on Ahmaud Arbery, and wrongfully so. Um, there have been such comparisons made, absolutely. A strong reaction from Mr. Herring's family after the verdict. Really saw it as a piece of justice and closure. Also, strong reaction from the NAACP. Let's listen here to some of that reaction.
We're sick and tired of African Americans being unjustly punished in this state. Ahmaud Arbery to now Kenneth Perry. It needs to stop.
And again,
would you be interested in collecting five-figure paychecks for a few hours of work, helping me in your spare time from home? I'm on a mission to recover.
From civil rights leaders essentially saying, that they're tired of this sort of unjustified vigilante justice, what perpetrators may consider vigilante justice, being taken out on African American men. And this was leaving the scene of an accident was the accusation against Mr. Herring, which is a misdemeanor. And during the course of the trial, we heard evidence that Mr. Herring actually was suffering a medical episode of some sort, and so may have been very well justified in leaving the scene of this accident, which happened in 2019. And again, leaving the scene of an accident is what sparked Hannah Payne to go and follow this man. And that's what a jury has found, that she was not justified in tracking down, shooting, and killing Mr. Herring. That is what a jury decided. So again, let me show you another live look inside this Clayton County courtroom, where we will expect the sentencing of Hannah Payne to begin at any moment now. Again, Hannah Payne found guilty on all 8 counts against her, 25 years old, and expected to spend the rest of her life in prison. Her best hope would be, at this point for sentencing, the possibility of parole after 30 years. And this is by Georgia statute. Worst case scenario, no parole. Life without the possibility of parole. Because again, Hannah Payne was convicted on all 8 counts against her. That includes not just 2 counts of felony murder, but malice murder. Malice murder. So that is an intentional sort of murder, not just done during the commission of the felony, but with malice aforethought. It's a legal definition. And not to mention the convictions on the lesser offenses of aggravated assault, false imprisonment, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, found guilty on all 8 counts against her. And really a remarkable speed that the jury came up with their verdict. Just over 2 hours. I mean, that is about as quick as it comes for a jury to come to a decision on 8 different counts and in a murder case, no less. So we're just waiting and watching inside this Clayton County courtroom. Let me show you this live look once again for this sentencing to begin at any moment now. And this is sure to be, a very emotional time. Like I mentioned, the sentencing, in many ways, is more raw than the trial.
I want to go and skip it, y'all, to get it started. They got it kind of like, hold on, y'all, because they got it turned down low on here. So let me see, can I find it for y'all? Um, yeah, they got it turned down real low. It don't be my volume, y'all. It be their volume. They have it turned down low. So y'all won't need, y'all gonna need, next year gonna need headphones for this trial. Let me see, can I get it? Well, hold on, y'all. Oh Lord, no, 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 no. I ain't looking at Kanika. No, 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 Kanika. No, Kanika. No, Kanika. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Oh boy, 11 alive. It's too low. This was a very professional judge. I really like her. I really like this lady. She seems like a sweet woman.
respect to count 4, felony murder, that merges into count 1 and is dismissed as a matter of law. With respect to count 5, false imprisonment verdict, the court imposes a sentence of 8 years consecutive. With respect to count 6, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, the court imposes a sentence of 5 years that will run consecutive to the underlying sentence. Count 7 and 8 will merge into count 6. So the court's total sentence is life with possibility of parole plus 8 years consecutive on false imprisonment and 5 years consecutive on the possession of firearms during the commission of a felony. That is for a sentence. So I would invite you again to the custody of the sheriff's department. Before I do have some instructions. You have a right to seek post-judgment relief from your conviction of crimes either by making a motion for a new trial in this court and or filing an appeal to a higher appellate court. If you want to file a motion for a new trial or an appeal, then you will need to file a said motion or a notice of appeal with the clerk of superior court of this county within 30 days. You may want to more fully discuss this with your attorney. If a motion for new trial is made and the court denies it, you will have 30 days from the filing of this order of denial in which to file with the clerk of court your notice of appeal. You have a right to have an attorney represent you on the motion for new trial at the first level of direct appellate review. And if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court will provide you an attorney and a transcript of your trial at no cost. In addition, usually you have a period of 4 years from the date of your sentence, which is today, before in this court becomes final to file a habeas corpus petition. The details that can affect the time within which you must file this petition are contained in the copy of this code subsection, and I want to ask deputies to have that too. And so you have 4 years from today's date to file the habeas corpus petition. Councils, I can confirm with you as to setting a date for the hearing for a motion for new trial, but we can do that once we're adjourned. Okay. Yes.
Any of those additional charges are any that can be related?
I believe I was very clear, Attorney Tucker, that they're consecutive.
So consecutive to serve.
The life with possibility. Anything further from the state? Nothing further stated. Anything further from defense counsel? Okay, thank you. Ms. Payne, you may go over the gentleman's at this time. With respect to this matter, the court stands adjourned at this time.
Well, y'all, that's that they gave her sentence. They read it out to her. Now she got to provide by whatever they have, have for her. She got the 4 years, and then she can try to go up for parole. It's going back to what we talked about yesterday, the modern world. She went for 25. She always wanted to be an officer back in 2019. She had a gun up on her hip. Her car was a hit and run. Especially, I knew that something wasn't right when she said, when this girl said that this young lady, I'm gonna respect her, Hannah said that the dispatcher told her to go chase after a car that hit and ran. Y'all know that don't even sound right. If a person, he didn't really what you call hit and ran, y'all. He was going through like a medical evidence. Yeah, he was going through something. I don't know, was he having a diabetes attack or something like that? Evidence, but it's more like I knew what she was saying, that she wasn't being truthful, because if anybody hit your car and take off, ain't no way in the world you should want to go chase them. That they could have hurt her. They could have killed Hannah. That was very dangerous. But Hannah lied on the dispatcher. She lied on Mr. Kenneth Hearing. She lied on the situation. She lied on herself of what took place when it didn't take place. So that right there, y'all. That's it with that. But I just wanted to come in and just talk about it for a minute, because she first Hannah kind of like touched my heart with this. I hate to say what she did. She kind of like touched my heart with this case. I hate that she took that route of doing what she doing, but this younger generation, y'all can't do what you want to do. It ain't about you doing what you want to do, and y'all got to think in situation. Y'all not reacting in situations right. And then when you caught up with the man, you put the gun in the man's car and stuff. The decision making process was out of bound. Period. The decision making, and then you shoots the man. Then you made it look like the man shot you and then tried to rape you and all that kind of stuff. But I don't pay that no attention with her. I hope this be a lesson to learn from this young lady. You know what I mean? She's still living. She got her life. Mr. Kenneth Hearing, Kenneth Hearing life. He won't have one. They won't have him anymore. He gone. And he had a daughter. I think he had a daughter. But modern society, the young people, y'all got to make better choices and think about the decision before you act on the decision. This really took my heart with Hannah. It took my heart with the 25-year-old girl. And then it took my heart of the family of Mr. Kenneth. And I felt sorry for Kenneth, because Kenneth died in front of us, in the car. And he don't even know what went on himself, because he was going through some kind of medical situation at the time. But I want the young generation know that we care. We older people from 30 on up, 30 all the way up to 89 or wherever you want to go to 100. We care about y'all. We care about y'all, but y'all are taking y'all self down in a situation where y'all don't need to be there. Y'all don't need to be there. Y'all doing stuff like you're not a police officer. You wasn't certified. Only thing, you had a gun on your hip, and you reacted on a person that wasn't harming you, and you blocked him in with your tire to keep him from moving. So now you don't cause another charge because you stop him from moving. So you don't know was he headed to the hospital or what. But we have to make better young people. We must listen to people don't been down the road like you. Y'all won't listen to your 30-year-old sister and mama and brothers 30-something, 40-something, 50-something, 60-something, 70-something. Y'all don't believe them. Until you get caught up into something, then you want us to feel sorry for you. We ain't feeling sorry for you no more. Y'all got to stop me. Then you get in court, where you wear a suit, fish your hair up. It look like you ain't even commit not one crime. But you don't even think about the crime before you do the time. So y'all got to think about the reaction. Think about the decision before you act on the decision. Now Hannah family. Now Hannah got people over there on her side love her. And it's gonna affect, and what y'all don't understand, when you all get in trouble or when y'all if something happened, y'all affect your families. When something happened to you, you go to jail or you die or something like that, y'all affect the family. Y'all don't even realize. Well, soon y'all go down there to that jailhouse, you should have listened to what your mama or what your sister, your uncle, your brother, everybody try to tell you what not to do. Then you get down and y'all think folks will keep putting money on your book. Ain't nobody got no money to be putting on your book. They got to put that money on that light bill, gas bill, water bill, insurance, food, gas, mortgage, rent, something for their car, for the kids. Ain't nobody got time to be running down there to no jailhouse, trying to take care of y'all, and then where y'all could have been out there doing something, positive, and instead trying to be polices and criminals and stuff. Come on, y'all. That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Man, she's stuck in a situation where her family, her mama over there crying, her grandmama over there crying, her cousin, all the people who support her over there crying like, Hannah, why did you do this? Why? And then his family over here, they got to go bury him early. 62 is an early age when you just not start really living, doing what you want to do. Don't retire. That family over there has family. But one thing I liked about the courtroom, both sides really conducted themselves in a manner that I really appreciate that. And the judge was a beautiful, soft judge, y'all. She was a beautiful woman. She didn't take up for when the prosecutor, the state, was acting immature, unprofessional a little bit, and in the state, in the defendant, both of them were acting childish. They not in this situation. They were acting childish among each other about this situation, and they're not the one that this happened to. They're not the one about to do time. I know they defended the family over here, but still too, it's these prosecutors and the defendant lawyers need to really be serious when you come in there. They got to stop all that playing. It's like they irritated me in this case, and I counted them on myself. The prosecutor, the state, and the defendant irritated me because I seen that girl when he was talking to her. That girl was looking at him like, man, I don't want to hear this bullshit. You tell me, oops, excuse me, y'all, I curve. I'm so sorry, y'all. That's how I felt when she was like, man, you don't know what you talking about. I'm about to do some time. And you want me to act like this? And like that? But I kind of say, when Hannah, her defense attorney, I was like, she need another man to represent her. He playing along. He playing with that girl. That girl life is serious right now. And then I thought about Mr. Henry. When Mr. Henry asked her who the age is she, standing in his car when he started fighting the gun away from her because the gun was pointing in his face. She came up to him like a police. Police ain't gonna stick nothing in your face like that. But y'all, I love y'all. I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Got kind of late. It's 6:55. I think I'm about to go up here to the grocery store and get me something to eat, y'all. I'm gonna go to the grocery store up here and get me something to eat, then we'll come back and we'll talk, ladies. We'll come talk about some shenanigans or something like that for the holiday, because I'm so sick and tired of Everybody going to jail and stuff. Now my homeboy in jail. Charles and White got his old behind in jail. It's just so much going on right now. But I'll be back, y'all. Y'all go ahead on and support the channel. You already know what to do. I don't even have to say it. I'm out of here. See you in a minute.